Welcome back to Vic's Projects everyone. I hope you're well. Well, today you join me on a train in the rain. Well, why are we on a train, you might ask? That's because I've gone and done something silly, which is buy another stupid old car. So we've got a couple of hours to go. I'm going to then meet a friend of mine who lives close to the car. He's going to pick me up and we're going to drive over to go see it. So that's the train bit of the journey done. I'm now in the car with my friend Richard here, who's given me a lift to pick up our new car. Now, I know what you're thinking. Vic, you've just sold a load of cars because you had too many, and you've got a BMW Isetta that's in pieces. You've got a Jag as well that still needs a little bit of work. So what the hell are you doing buying another car? Well, truth be told, I would have kept my old Jaguar XKR. That car was fantastic. However, I've always wanted a convertible. So, what have I bought? Well, let's fast forward and go have a look.
It goes and stops, steers.
Oh, dink. Where does the key go?
Keys on the left.
Yeah.
German.
So this is my new 1972 Mercedes 350 SL, and she looks fantastic. Now, why did I get this car, you might ask? Well, it was a bit of an impulse, really. It came up at auction. The car market's really weird at the minute. Nothing is selling, and I got it for an absolute steal. I mean, it's still quite a lot of money, but it's a Mercedes SL. So these are what's known as the R107, and they're Mercedes' second longest running production car. So they started production in 1971 and they kept going all the way through to 1989. They came with two choices of engine, one with a straight six and one with a V8. And as soon as I've got a straight six, I had to go for the V8. Whichever engine you chose, Mercedes gave you fuel injection, which is pretty amazing for the 1970s. Now, over the years, there was quite a few different engines or different flavors that they put in these cars. So from a 3.5, 3.8, 4.5, a big 5 litre, some had an iron bottom end, some had an aluminium bottom end, some had the D-tronic, some had the J-tronic fuel injection. Yeah, quite a few different types. Ours being an early car, 1972, we've got a cast iron bottom end and the D-tronic fuel injection. And for full-on Mercedes wafting, you've got a proper slush box. Now, later cars had a 4-speed slush box, but these earlier ones, we had to make do with just 3 speeds. Now, of course, buying a car sight on scene at auction is always going to be a bit of a gamble, especially an old car like this, because even though they might look brilliant on top, underneath they could be completely rotten. Now, there was a lot of good things in the advert which made me think, actually, this has been quite well looked after, and sitting here in the flesh, or sitting here in the metal anyway, I think I've got a really good deal. Now, back in 2016, this car had a full respray and the paintwork looks amazing. There's a couple of little areas which are just starting to go. It has been, what, 8 years since the respray was done, but all in all, it's holding up really, really well. Came with it, the optional hardtop. I haven't actually managed to take this off and use it as a convertible yet, because these things weigh 75 kilograms. So it's a 2-person lift, and also I need to figure out where on earth I'm going to store it. So Vic, you did manage to drive her the 3 hours back, which was a bit of a gamble picking the car up sight unseen. But these are known as the Panzer. These are the Mercedes generation which will just live on and on and on and on. However, it is a little bit tired in a couple of areas, but really, really easy to fix. So the steering is just super vague all over the place. And it's a really common problem with these Mercedes. The steering box, that's right, the steering box, not the steering rack, just wears out a little bit over time and you just need to keep adjusting it. So we'll have a look at that in another video. The tracking is a little bit out. Again, easy fix. We'll send that off to a man and they can do that. What else is up? Well, there's a little bit of a knock from the exhaust that's rattling around. So there's probably some hangers or something. That should be quite easy to fix. There's a couple of other little niggles around the car that we can look at here and there. Central locking doesn't work. The radio's a bit weird. Now looking underneath, there are a few little bits which we could tidy up. However, I bought this car to use and drive. So that's what we're going to do all summer, is just enjoy this car and not completely take it apart. Maybe over the winter we can roll her in and do a few jobs, but for now we're just going to enjoy her. But before we do, we are going to do one job, one really key job, because like all old cars, these suffer really badly from rust. And there's a load of drain holes all around which quite easily get blocked up. So the first thing we're going to do is go around and give those a little poke. Mike's Mercs has got a great video on where all these drain holes are. I'll link them below. And there she is. And all we need to do now is wait for it to stop raining.